for the team.
I have to agree with you. Cram has been a rock for the team, and I would say that even Kid Bomba, depending on the matchup that he gets, could really have a up or down performance, but generally his baseline is consistent. That's why the draft is going to be so important, because Team Spirit, their hero pool is so very, very deep. There's a lot of drafting feints, and it looks like the audience is also just as excited to get into that draft to see what that matchup is going to be.
That's right. As the drums are beating, so are the hearts of the players getting ready to jump into the draft. And yes, the XP matchup is definitely going to be something we keep our eyes on.
Yeah, you guys can get the code as well. Apparently the code is I love MRO. Scan that code, get your goodies right now. But as we're about to jump into the game here, I gotta tell you, gentlemen, personally for me, I feel like Team Spirit will have an advantage in the draft just because of their deep hero pool and that flexibility.
Here's the thing though, SRG also has brought in a lot of interesting picks, things like the Veils. They're not scared to spice it up. And when I look at these two teams, there's a lot of similarities. Both players are willing to kind of go outside of range. Both the XP laners want to get to the back line, want to try to bully. Both gold laners, aggressive, monsters, and both junglers are able to throw in assassins to the mix. I mean, these are two teams with similar clashing play styles.
Yeah, you're going to have to watch out for the Sawo Sunset Lover special. But then on the other side, Cram and Yumes, right? Able to get to the back line. We've seen just within the last few matches of watching SRG play, they like to create chaos. They like to create separation, and that's where they punish.
I mean, the big difference between these two teams is really going to boil down to, I want to draft a composition that's safe, that's all-rounded, and then there's SRG. Let's put a little bit of risk in there because the reward is just too sweet.
Now here's the thing. We know Arcadia. He understands the matchup. He's willing to let go of very strong heroes because he knows how to fight against them. And with that, ladies and gentlemen of Axiata Arena, we're jumping into the drafting phase. The first draft of Axiata Arena, the first game of this match. Selangor Red Giants going up against Team Spirit. Team Spirit is up first in first pick. Selangor Red Giants down in the second pick. Looking at advance here. Drex, talk us through this.
Okay, so this is something I was kind of expecting from Team Spirit. They've been common, especially on first pick, to be one of the teams that ban out the monster gold laners. They feel comfortable with Hiko on the Wanwan. They feel comfortable with Hiko on the Beatrix. They also get rid of the Joy. I'm expecting a blue Yo pick right up front here.
I think that's totally understandable. A couple of other picks that we should point out is probably the Yi that could be handed over to SRG as second pick, but that's not all. The fact that Team Spirit has not only gotten rid of the Droid Ranger as well as the Bruno, they want to make sure that this is a traditional matchup.
So they immediately slot in this Hilda, which is another big risk, but here's the spice. We immediately go for this Hayabusa, which honestly, without Joy, not a bad pickup at all.
Yeah, but with
Good
the Hilda, at
morning.
least,
Looks like you haven't slept for it.
levels
You
can
just
take
woke
some
up.
level of punishment, and that information is
No.
valuable for gold laners and mid laners.
And not only that, but it also punishes whatever Hiko wants to bring into the field.
Also
up?
true, but that's on the assumption that he's not going to have the support system, and I'm still not seeing a Eve bed just yet, and it hasn't been picked up by TS as well.
And right now, honestly, looking at the crowd reaction, they love SRG's pick, but I gotta say, we don't see a lot of Hayabusa on Sakai's, and one of the most bad heroes here, we got the Phobius. Phobius in the hands of Kid Bomba, one of the best EXP
Bomba
laners
man.
in the world, and one of the best picks in the world. And now,
Hilda Haya.
that Bellaric. I gotta talk to you, Weezy, here. How do you feel about the first three picks for Team Spirit?
Now, the Bellaric's a little interesting, but definitely could provide the crowd control. But when we're looking at this Hayabusa, right?
Bellaric's too early, no?
50-50 when it comes to the retribution plays on the neutral objectives. And SRG already has a great hero, the Hilda, to be able to get to the back line. Normally we see the Yumes and the Cram special come into effect with the backline heroes to be able to create that chaos.
Something that we do have to note, the Chou is open, but we do have to see if that is what Yumes wants to prioritize here. Going up against the Bellaric, it will not be easy because with the Wrath of the Dryad, it can catch you off guard. Now, Trex, looking at the third pick here, give me your thoughts on the heroes picked by Selangor Red Giants.
So I was expecting maybe the Cho as well, because then at least you both need goal laners, you both need mid laners, but this is kind of a switch up. We take away the 1-1 from Hiko. Now we go into fine. You wanted to start off banning Marksman? Well, we're going to finish off banning Marksman and just really dig into Hiko's hero pool.
Okay, so right now, Weezy looking
That's
at
hello,
the picks
hello,
here.
man.
Do you agree with Trax? Do you feel like Slangray Giants should look at that gold lane and start batting them out?
Yeah, definitely want to find an answer to kind of deny that power pickup in the side of the gold lane. So I think with the 1-1, it'll be good for the setups. Got to watch out for that crossbow tank.
I don't know. I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
What's up,
here.
man? Good
I'm
morning.
seeing a lot of dashes on the side of SRG within that first rotation in 1-1 as well as Hayabusa, and that's really good for someone like a Phoveus. So if Phoveus not only wins out his lane, but is able to, you know, unlock himself from that side of the map, he's going to cause a lot of problems for the back line.
So maybe they're thinking too hard on what we can take from them instead of thinking about how we're getting countered with these picks. Like, SRG's idea of stealing is okay, but the picks maybe aren't working into what they're drafting against.
A possibility, but at the same time, since they're banning out the Harith, they really want to hammer down on Hiko Mania, give a good matchup, and then maybe we'll look to play some early game nonsense, right? Warcry and Hayabusa works really, really well, and we've seen Hayabusa plus Hilda do a lot of work with the help of a mid laner who can push.
Right now, honestly, looking at the draft between Team Spirit as well as Slangray Giants, I feel like they have a pretty good understanding of their win conditions for both teams. The only thing is, Team Spirit, they kind of have a win condition in creating space. The question is, what are they creating it for? Looking at the draft, looks like they want a long-range marksman as well as mid laner. And so far, the thing that got banned was the Harith. So this honestly looks to me like Team Spirit is, they have the potential to get an ideal draft for themselves.
And you know, I'm looking at the other side of the court, right? I'm looking at SRG. When I see a composition such as a Beleric and a Phoveus and a Suyo, these are all frontline heroes. You know who would be a great pickup here? The Lu Yi, because you can get that duality, you can get the setup. Not to mention when you have a Hilda, you're kind of limited on the crowd control.
Actually, I don't know about the Lu Yi. I would think something with a little bit more push and power. Because overall, maybe even the Veil, that's a pretty good shout. Because even if you do TP into their backline, that Beleric is such a huge deterrent. You're probably only sending 1 or 2 people max.
Yeah, the Beleric's really got to watch how he's
Faramis
played.
is
I know
gone,
the Phoveus
Farsa
counters,
is
but honestly,
gone,
Walker's
Harith
a
is
good answer
gone.
to Beleric. Beleric's got to be careful. And I really think the Veil could be clutch here. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Yve is calling. It's just a powerful mage overall. But with this frontline dive that Team Spirit has brought, some sort of stiff arm, some sort of blockage, it's what I'm looking for. A little bit of crowd control
Vaxana.
to kind of slow down what TS wants to bring.
Vaxana.
I really like the
Vaxana.
Faramis band
Vaxana
here. They
incoming,
have the
dude, I'm
Hayabusa,
telling
they
you.
have the 1-1. They want to fight, but they want to end the fight as quickly as possible. And Faramis is a good counter
From
towards the
this
1-1,
side,
not
from
just in
the
terms of
TS
defense,
side,
but
I think.
offense as well. Once the Faramis have 3 items, even the 1-1 can't survive.
Go
The
ahead.
Bursters,
Oh,
Slango Red Giants.
That's a
They
good
have
pick, I
another
guess.
win condition. Pick off
Beleric.
here. Drax, how do you feel about the Jawhead?
I mean, it's been their aggressive Kickstarter pick for a lot of games. They love it in second phase.
Vaxana, dude.
And especially with the Hayabusa, they just get this early game aggression.
I mean, this is an SRG special.
Be-
right? Having
Beatrix,
a double
Beatrix,
offset potentially
and
be able to get to the
Vux.
backline. I was wondering, when were we going to see
And
the
Vux.
Eco special? And there it comes, Beatrix slotted in.
All right. Looking at the composition coming in specifically,
Hiko is
from
special,
Team Spirit,
guys.
It's very wombo combo-esque. You have an instigator in the Phoveus, and maybe when you're talking about the Suyo as well, but generally you want to stay back, wait for the right opportunity, and look for choke points to combo off with the Beatrix. However, I will say that SRG, this composition feels like it's paying homage to our fallen warriors in Vamos.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
said it.
Now I gotta say something that we have to note about a Jawhead. It's not just
Okay,
about but the jungle speed as well. The Hayabusa wants 1 level up. He wants 1 kill advantage, and this Jawhead really complements
They should go
the
Lilia, yeah,
Hayabusa
man.
well in that
They are like
aspect.
diving
Samurai Giants,
potential.
now they see the
Lilia.
full composition.
I say
They
Lilia,
got a
man.
lot of
Fuck it.
range. They got a Vexana.
Farsa
they
is
got a Beatrix.
gone.
So now, SRG, they have a choice. Whatever Stormy picks up can either deal with the front line or the back line. This pick is going to be very crucial for Stormy in this matchup.
Up on that burst in mid lane, right?
Yeah, I'm still on
Come
board
on.
with the Veil right now. I'm so
Same.
on board with the Veil right now.
Veil.
That's where I'm at. Yeah, give me bursts. I don't want chip damage. I don't think the Eve's a little too stale, a little too.
There are also shadows.
They go
Oh,
for Eve, so
Eve.
good
Louis,
call on
Louis,
Weezy,
Louis.
and it does work. It adds more aggression overall.
So now Weezy looking at drop. You called the
Loy,
lead.
Loy, Loy,
How
Loy.
do you feel about Sluggery Giants
Eve,
as
nah,
well
nah.
as Team Spirit's composition
He isn't banned
overall?
yet.
I like both, but honestly, with SRG
But
having this
with
Jawhead
their,
and having the Luigi
you know,
combination,
picks.
you have the element of surprise, and that's
Eve
gonna
could have been.
Team Spirit needing to
Yeah,
kinda
Eve
be a
could
little
have
bit
been
more
better
predictable,
though.
right? They have to find ways to check every single bush because you got to expect the unexpected from SRG.
Right now, I want to talk to Trex because surprise factor is huge. But we got to think
Yo,
about
what's up,
the
what's up,
Matrix.
man?
Having the Renner open up the map. So as long as Echo is very active in ensuring that everything is clear, will that be a deterrent for Sluggery Giants to actually go for
What's
that
up,
surprise
guys?
play?
Good morning,
I
good
think
morning.
it's definitely Hiko's going to be extremely important.
Go
but
SRG. I
also
think TS should win this
one
one.
shot can pop off early before SRG.
I mean,
does.
SRG
I think it's a
picks
clear
are really
win con. Either
dank,
early
like
game
higher,
position,
like
so they don't get
1-1
to a
and
macro
shit.
point, slowing SRG down as much as possible.
But dude, I
What do
feel
you
like
think
they are
about
not
that,
tanky enough.
I think that it's going to boil down to the early game. SRG's comp doesn't scale as heavily compared to the raw team fighting from Team Spirit, right? So again, we've seen how they like to play.
If they can stop the Hilda,
and Sao extremely
easy win.
careful, but he's most likely going to bring Revitalize. So that first Litho Wanderer, if we don't see first blood from the side of SRG, they're going to miss an opportunity.
You have any thoughts on that, Steph Weezy,
I
before we
definitely
jump into
agree.
game?
You can't play too tight, though. When you have a Luigi on the other side, you definitely don't want to group up. You want to separate. While we're talking about all this, the crowd is cheering. They are going wild before we jump into our first game.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't blame them. Looking at the drafts, I feel like both teams have drafted a very good win condition for both sides. Trex, you were talking about one shot can potentially get an advantage in the early game.
Yeah, I
Sluggery Giants so far, how they've been doing it, they have lost the early game, but somehow they can come back in the mid game. Do you think with this draft, is it possible?
I mean, with this draft, it's very different, right? They still have macro capabilities in the end game, but having the Jawhead, having the Hayabusa, they're looking for a nice mid-game spike and looking for those early pickoffs.
I think they can do it. I mean, this is their rubber band draft, right? This is where they use the Jawhead,
What's-
the backline, they use the Hilda
is it
to
not
get to
cold
the
there,
backline,
man? What the
and
fuck?
the Hayabusa as well. And normally when we see this kind of composition from them, that mid to late game is where
Otherwise,
they
it's
start
winter
to
time
take
everywhere.
over, take control.
Well, here's the thing. There are two big concerns, both of which separately for each team. SRG, if they miss out that early game, their composition won't have as much clutching power. Yes, there is outplayability, but in terms of raw clutching power, it's not going to be the same as the other comps we've seen them play before.
Golden
On the side of TS,
or
my
Road.
big concern is like how they played during their match,
They
specifically
made it?
against TL. I know,
The
it was a
fuck?
TL ID actually. Just before, against Falcons, they dropped a single game with a
What
composition
the
that
fuck,
went
dude?
extremely heavily, very much around team fighting, and it comes down to the individual laning phase. I feel like if they drop the ball during that laning phase, this is going to snowball way too quickly for them to actually catch up.
If that's the
SRG
case,
boys.
I just want to ask
What?
a very simple question.
Oh, it's a SRG
and that
team.
question is about Hiko Mania.
Supporters.
He got a savage because
SRG
you can't get on him.
supporters.
Beatrix, the range, the lifesteal, the damage, everything S tier. The Sluggery Giants with the Hayabusa, is there a chance that Sakai's or Saki's can actually get onto Hiko and make Hiko a non-factor?
Yes, but there's a bigger factor here, and I think that plays the Beatrix. He likes holding
Granger
up
and
bed,
Joy
he
will be
likes
continuously
throwing
banned
bombs,
all the
and with
matches
the
against
movement,
SRG.
He'll be able to dodge around it. He's got to duck and weave between the blows.
I think
Joy
there's a
should be
bigger
banned.
worry for
I don't know
Hiko,
about the
honestly.
green
It's not
Joe.
as much as Sakai's. It is, we've seen when they have this Lu Yi, they will send Cram solo diversion. They'll solo diversion Cram to the back or into some bush during these Lord fights, and then Cram will target down on the gold laner or target down on the mid laner, especially on this Hilda. So that's something that I feel like as we get into first, second Lord, Team Spirit has to watch out for. They need to have full map awareness.
All right now, Axiata Arena, are you ready? We're throwing to the casters.
We are thousands strong.
I want TS to
here
win,
in
so I'm
Axiata
supporting
Arena.
TS. What about you
Former
guys?
ladies are witnessing the Iron
Too
Man
risky
run
to
of
give
these
Joy
teams.
and Granger
It's
to a
Miracle,
certain.
Naisu, and Leo at your service, bringing you the action, gentlemen.
It's an honor to be here, man, at the M6 World Championship, calling the shots together with you guys, Leo, Naisu. I wasn't part of that M1 roster for the Axiata Arena, but now I can feel it. Hey man, I'll tell you what we can feel, and that's the crowd right now built up in here. Everybody's still piling in, of course, but it's an electric crowd, and it's an electric matchup that we have ahead of us between Team Spirit and.
Oh, I didn't do that. It was just like, I think, stream problem.
History being written right before
I like the
as we head
PS draft,
into the battlefield
but
for
SRG
game one in
picked
this
like
best
dank
of
heroes
five.
though.
Claude and Dexter
Bomba
watching
mentality.
from up high as Team Spirit and Selangor Red Giants
I like the TS
go
draft,
into
but SRG
immortal
picks are
combat
dank,
for that
honestly.
last slot in the lower bracket finals.
Team
So,
Liquid
I think
Indonesia will be the team
TS should
waiting
win this
in the lower
one.
bracket finals after the loss against Fnatic Onyx Philippines. We're waiting in the grand finals. Yeah, that intro again with all the teams walking out, electrifying goosebumps all around. But of course,
What?
the first matchup that we have to
He
focus
missed
on
everything,
here.
dude.
And already a lot of early action. Yeah,
Yeah.
right to the start.
That's what I'm saying.
Smart missiles, first blood for Selangor Red Giants.
That is the smart missile
kill.
and just the way Selangor Giants built their
Too early they are
built their
fighting.
emblems. I think there is a lot to talk about and set up here because look at this, they're crossing the threshold of the jungle already.
Level 2 now.
Watch out
And
already.
that will be a problem.
And go for
Oh,
it,
whoa,
kill
whoa,
Saul.
Sao dead.
No,
Damn.
Not enough to contain Skies. Not enough, and already an early start. For the
Yeah,
team for
on
SRG.
Haya,
This is
2
the momentum they
assists,
wanna build.
man.
Yumes tossing up. Wow, another ejector, one shot going
Maybe,
in.
maybe.
Coming in as
Nice
well.
kill.
Taken down by one shot.
Nice kill,
Equalizer
one
from
shot.
Team Spirit.
Finally, the
I thought one
Northern
shot is
Dragons
dead
are on
again,
the
dude.
board. The
Fuck.
punish here by one shot. Over the past 2 weeks of competition, Selangor Giants have chosen to spend their nights and days in their gaming house, one of the few major advantages that a home team can have. It seems like today they woke up on the right side of the bed, being aggressive against Team Spirit.
They have to be, man, especially with what we've seen from Team Spirit up to this point. Lots of improvement all around every year and every tournament they've joined. First objective coming up, we'll see. They're going to zone off Cram, at least for now. So Turtle's going to go for a reset. They might just go and pressure this in.
Whoa.
He is this Hilda.
Sprinted.
Started up,
No sprint on Hilda now.
for the buff to be secure.
Ikram took the scenic route, and that just ruined the whole approach for Team Spirit. Now starting up the Turtle once more. All it's taking is Yumes. Yumes is holding the pixel brush here.
Whoa,
Holding
whoa,
the Turtle
whoa, whoa.
hostage.
Blue. Higher. Blue, higher.
That's the in-air reaction from Stormy, trying to get someone low enough for the kill pressure. Skies going in, that's a retribution, and the shadow kill.
He's dead.
Over to one shot, taken down despite Sunset Lover's attempt.
Good kill, man.
Is the Skies that people came to watch right
Yeah,
now.
that's
I know
the
it's only
problem,
game
man.
one. Give the guy a Hayabusa, a hyper-scaling hero, and he does things like this.
Great start
Haya
for
2-0
the
and-
FSC 2024 MVP. 2 kills already on the board, putting SRG about 1,000 change up. The Turtle once again started. Kid Bomba holding it. Yumes, ooh, early start on the TPs. Stormy blasting away.
Maybe TS gets this. No.
They might just get
Haya is
confused
really,
because of that play that
hard.
Skies just made,
Go
so
on.
one shot secures it.
Oh, nice flicker from Kid Bomba.
Flicker out from Bomba, and they will just be happy
Bomba
with
is low.
neutral.
Haya
One
is
shot
farming
20.
well.
For them, diversion. All right, no
Oh, he's taking so much, bro.
This is the utilization that you do,
One
obviously,
level
with a
behind.
Diversion. You can either fake it out or obviously follow that up. Keeps them guessing, and that's what Stormy's going to go ahead and do here, at least with the Louis for now early on. But this is always the thing. Every time we've seen the Jawhead, I don't know.
Oh, whoa, Kid Bomba.
Flicker Bomba, though, coming down
Dead.
against Skies. He's on a killing spree. 3 minutes in.
More than
3-0
half of
and-
SRG are so in the paint. They're so aggressive
Hi
that
from Nagaland. Yo,
Stormy
man.
can just take his
Welcome
time.
to the stream,
TMP,
brother.
I
How
think
you
this is his
doing, man?
most chill
Whom you
early
supporting,
game
dude?
we've seen all M6 long.
The
Bro,
crazy thing about it is Yumes
he got one buff, that's alright.
Like this. He's gonna go
But
and
he's
toss up.
dead now.
That reaction,
He's
over the one
dead.
shot, has the blink. Yumes is gonna go for the chase. Stormy flickers forward, claims the kill.
Now he
One
lost
shot,
the blue
third death
also.
in the 4th minute of the game.
4 minutes in, and the smart missiles are still dealing significant damage.
That's
They
what you're
know,
gonna
they
have to
know.
do. And like I said, you know,
They might
sometimes
go
you
for
just
the-
loosen up on these
Oh, they're
choke
going for
points.
Kid Bomba now.
3v1 in the bottom lane. Infernal Pursuit trying to get away. Kid
Whoa!
Bomba will do
Whoa!
his best. Will get a
He got one though.
turn.
He got one though.
One trade in the bottom lane.
A valiant effort by the German-Greek player for Team Spirit. Kid Bomba very vocal about all of his competitors, all of the opponents that he's faced.
Bomba
And
man
we're
got
not too
one
sure
though.
This is the same SRG we've seen in the knockouts. I'm not sure if Bomba was ready for that.
Yeah, thinking about it too, you know, it's a good point that
Sakai
you know,
is such a
you know,
good
they spent
hyper
a lot of
man.
time in their gaming house prepping for this point in the stage, and
Still
you know,
level
seeing
1
some
ahead,
massive
4
comebacks from
kills.
SRG alone, but This is definitely a refined version of what they.
Suyu is really behind at this
And it looks
point.
like they're all locked in. I know they've got a
Will be
series to go
difficult.
through, but for game one, off to a great start. Team Spirit's going to want to start to figure something out to deal with Sakai's especially.
A little bit of silver
Maybe.
lining.
Yeah,
for
Kid Bomba
fans
is
of
dead
the
again.
Team and another one.
5-0-1. The Sky Prince is rolling.
Besides the action happening mostly around these major objectives, Hiko has been untouched. 4 minutes and a half in, he's built his BOD. I'm not so sure that's going to be enough, though. SRG hitting a power spike here, scoring the second turtle.
Maybe. He'll survive. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
diversion from the
whoa,
back.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Stormy gets the diversion.
Oh, Sunset Lover is dead
next
too.
to the chopping block. And the Mage Prodigy claims a double.
The diversion again.
What a
This time
diversion,
around,
bro.
Stormy finding the positioning, and they get 2 off of it. Might be looking for more. Sakai's under the turret.
Oh, nice flicker.
Have to go back with Quad Shadow, though.
Out of range. Hiko Mania knows the limits of one such Hayabusa. He knows that he is currently the pinata that once popped will propel SRG out of range of a comeback. Team Spirit now looking down the barrel of a 4,000 gold lead.
Yeah, I think the Low is the problem right now. They need to be careful. It can be a comeback.
I heard some of the comms.
हीरो भाई कैसे हो? बढ़िया बढ़िया बढ़िया. आप बताओ कैसे
What
हो?
they were yelling.
And who's the boy?
It's Hiko.
It's Hiko. that's the boy. And right now, he has been having a similar experience that Innocent has, so eventually, at some point in this game, both of them will come into play and pop off in their own respective ways. We've seen Hiko do it, obviously one of the players, to get a Savage now. Going in with
Why
the
is not
kill
taking the
again.
buff in the fucking bush, bro?
Jumps
Whoa,
back
whoa,
in,
whoa, whoa,
checks
whoa,
the
whoa.
damage and will back off. Sakai's just on it, man.
I'd say mission accomplished. SRG, they want to start.
Oh.
Team Spirit now, look at this. They're pushing them back. Fight between the XP laners, Bomba versus Cram.
Cram's winning that one, man. As long as
5K
they
behind
keep
in
the
7
divert
minutes.
spirit from the rest of the crowd.
Maybe
the
Bomba?
engagement again could terrify
Oh.
into the eternal guard. Now it's gonna be Cram.
Maybe,
Spot,
yeah.
to try it. Locks
Krams
him
is
down.
dead.
One shot to pick up. Now
Oh.
Yums, he
Whoa,
checked him
whoa,
back
whoa,
with the
whoa,
conceal.
whoa, whoa,
He takes the
whoa,
kill as
whoa,
Innocent
whoa,
gets
whoa,
the assist.
whoa, whoa.
Able to get a pick off. Still going to be looking for more. Sakai's jumped under the turret. Pops the shadow. Kill. The rest of the team comes through. There's
Maybe
nobody
Innocent.
going.
Maybe Innocent.
Rage.
Oh!
Pursue crossbow attack from Innocent. The ejector on the boy. Hiko is down.
Oh!
So is one shot.
1 HP.
The
Wipe out.
half-man, half-beast takes to the skies and stays alive with just a sliver of health. 3 to 14. 3 to 14. High as pie here. 7 and 40 seconds into game one.
To say they have synergy is an understatement right now, because that was about as perfect of a team fight and counting on each other.
Then
than
1-1
it
got the
gets.
ult, man.
A great play under even the tier 2 turret.
Let's check out the instant replay. It all started with a 1v1 with those XP laners, and then eventually
Everyone
through the
was
help
low
of
already.
Innocent, ult,
Then
and the
Yums
shadow
comes
through
with the
back. How did
bro,
they survive
bro, this
He
one.
was passion.
It was the crossbow attack just in time. He got away.
He
from
didn't
the
got a
Innocent.
single guy. Oh
Even the
my
Soul Sucker
god.
there. It was so close from being enough. Now, oh, another skirmish as SRG continue. Innocent.
Kid Bomba dead.
Ready. Bomba's gonna be taken down. Salvo will take a brunt of that damage as Innocent will be forced to pull back.
They are
again.
shredding,
That
dude.
should be green light to
152,
go to the
they're
Lord.
shredding.
Body down here, that's Kid Bomba. That's a major part of the front line for Team Spirit. So this is just a green light to take the Lord and get ready to march in, furthering the gold lead and power that SRG has on the map right now.
Hometown heroes, major advantage, no contest from Team Spirit just 3 times.
Need a
They were
good
able to
combo
get a
from
kill
Hello
on
Zero, bro.
SRG,
Hello,
the
man.
defending
Hello,
MSC
Lung. What's up, man?
champions, now approaching the 9.
Balearic and Beatrix.
In 9 minutes.
Again, at this point,
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Savo?
Salvo
Dead.
revitalized. Doesn't even matter. Innocent bursts him down. I don't believe he got the crossbow attack. No, it's just up on cooldown now. So the 1-1 can deal that much damage without the ultimate. You're in big trouble.
you're in big trouble right now as the turrets are going to be falling down too, and SRG, even without the Lord, will make plays like this. And that's your front line again.
Gentlemen, trouble
He
might
tried.
be an understatement. Team Spirit, I don't think I've seen them this down all M6 long and innocent.
shot, one
The
shot,
rest
one
of
shot.
SRG now out of what,
Whoa,
12,000
whoa,
gold
look at
lead,
that
and the
HP.
pop and holy shields.
Man, as they approach this, Holy Shields are
I think
already
they lost
down.
the
Team
top.
Spirit
Whoa.
backs further
Bottom.
against the wall. Oh no.
Shadow kill over. 1 shot will be able to blink out. Skies
Styling going back and forth with the quad
Look at
shadow.
that,
Forward
man.
up top, coming down. Yums with the conceal. Already
Yums.
the ejector as well. Bomba's gonna be caught now as Innocent goes
Bomba
in.
survives.
And it will be a flicker up from Bomba.
Alright, good defense,
terrifying
good
from
defense,
Sunset
good
11, quad
defense.
shadow in.
Good defense, good
Skies
defense.
will play it safe.
Man, you just don't know. You know, is Sakai's going to go commit to it? Is he just going to go ahead and whittle them down a little bit for the rest of the team to come in forward? Still waves pushing in. Now on the top side, they want to get this turret down. Again, the check.
Whoa.
The Sky Piercer proc.
Yums.
Into the back line. The Raptor try it
Yums dead.
Be taken down.
Savo
Got him down.
survives. Maybe
Oh,
dead.
he gets that one. The double kill. One
Bro,
shot will jump
they
to
did.
so soon.
Bro.
Isn't enough to take out Skies.
Team Spirit kicking SRG out of their base, but the damage,
Yo, the damage is
has
coming
been
through from
done.
Hiyoko.
A massive 12,000 gold lead check-in.
One more item. Beatrix got the BOD. One more item and she'll be dank.
Hiko Mania's taken. It's time to take off.
Yeah, she got it. Wind of Nature.
Leo, that might be the biggest goal
Nice
lead
Sega, bro. Thanks,
between
man.
the jungle or between the junglers in the M6 World Championship. That is building up to be a 5,000 gold lead for Skies.
Talk about a start, man.
She got the
A
Wind of
start
Nature now.
For the hometown jungler right
5,000,
now.
there you go.
What is One Shot thinking right now? It's a struggle. You saw that he almost took down Sekais.
Yeah.
If only he's built his Blade of Despair. I'm guessing that that's where he's going right now on his way. But with a 2-5-0 line, what can you expect? It would be an understatement to say that this is a utility
Bro,
Suyo.
comebackable,
He's
comebackable,
barely hitting the
comebackable.
U.
And on the other side,
For sure.
Skies is dealing so much damage. I thought he had Sky Piercer.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that he doesn't, but the lead that he built himself, then he's got the Warcry Emblem. I mean, that's why he's been able to actually poke down so much too. And a lot of it
They
is
have
just-
good clear.
Before you know it, Team Spirit's like, man, we're
Vaxana and
As
Beatrix
this
good
next
clear.
Lord comes up, I just don't think they have much of a choice, man, to just kind of wait.
Even one shot can
for
clear
this.
good
Even
lane.
if they approach
With-
it, someone's going to get picked off.
They
by
have to
you,
defend
because
this
the
way.
Sword is already started up and quickly secured in.
12k behind, that's the
He's doing
problem.
more damage to himself by attacking Cram.
So their
than he is doing
tank
damage
and
to Cram.
Xvilena
That's gonna be a
are
green
not that
lord.
strong.
I believe it still is the non-enhanced version, though.
It still is going to be a Lord that marches through top lane, and that should be Team Spirit watching their backs. Confirmed, it was not taken post the 12-minute mark, so it will not jump into that base. A lot of space for Team Spirit to work with.
They can actually make this work for them. Again, when you have this kind of deficit to work against, you need to buy so much time for this game to slowly turn back in your favor. And right now, as SRG preps up for the siege, I'm not sure if they're going to get that chance. There's the conceal already. Focusing on the mid, turrets, Kai's on the
Mid
off
survives.
angle. Lord making its way now.
Mid is
What do
gone
they
though.
decide to do from this one? Still got to deal with the Lord. Mid turret's going to stay up, bottom as well. SRG
They miss like one minion and they just, you know,
too, but they keep it together for now.
Lord is
Turrets
gone.
just
Mid is gone though.
lane.
Mid is
Kai's goes
gone.
in to check things out, but that wave will push in the mid side.
Valiant effort here by SRG, pushing in, looking for a fight.
Ejector
Hit
over
bomba,
Bomba.
serve
Bomba
dead.
attacks Stormy gets the kill in the back. Skies now with the quad shadow over to Hiko. He knows he has the wind of nature. Winter Crown bot already. And now 3 base roads taken down. Shadow kill to the back. Hiko will be able to pop in the wind of nature as Skies jumps back and forth.
Wait,
Quad
wait,
shadow.
wait,
Letters
wait,
out, he
wait.
goes.
Whoa, one
Wild
shot.
Skies
Hello?
jumping with the quad shadow again.
Oh, he jumps
One
back
shot
in.
dead.
Still gonna be clearing the waves. One shot's gone. Sunset Lever and
It's
Solo
over.
left. But that's all. That's all for game one. A dominant game one for SRG.
Bro,
The Immortal Giants draw first blood in
good
this best
good
of
team
5.
fights from SRG, man. No
Up to the
joke,
expectations of the
no
hometown
mistake
crowd.
at all.
That was
Look at this, look at this.
He goes
Look at this.
Wild Skies jump pop in the wind.
Look at this, alright? Look at this. One shot. Alright? Look at this guy.
3 base roads taken
Look at this.
down. Shadow kill to the back. Hiko will be able to pop
Look at this.
in the wind of nature as Skies jumps back.
He's not going
Back and
anywhere,
forth, quad
anywhere,
shadow.
anywhere,
But
and he
goes-
goes there on no one, and it just dies.
Wild Skies jumping with the quad shadow again.
Oh, he jumps back in. Still gonna be clearing the waves.
I don't know,
One
man.
shot's
What he
gone.
did there, I don't
Gonna
know.
pop in the wind of nature as Skies jumps back and forth with the quad shadow. Renner's apathy goes. Wild Skies jumping with the quad shadow again. Skies jumps back and forth with the quad shadow. Renner's apathy goes. Wild Skies jumping with the quad shadow again.
Oh, he jumps back in. Still gonna be clearing the waves. One shot's gone. Sunset Lever and Solo left. But that's all. That's all for game one. A dominant game one for
I don't know, man,
SRG.
what just happened.
The Immortal
That was unexpected.
They
Like,
took this
one
route,
shot
they
played
took
really
this
bad.
combination, and they made wonders.
I
Rex,
mean,
tell me,
Louis
what
was danked.
happened
Louis
between this
played
Jawhead
really
and
well.
Hayabusa
Stormy,
that
he
really
played really well.
won the game for Selangor Giants?
GG's.
I think those early kills onto one shot were extremely important. It immediately slows down the composition that Team Spirit
Yo, bro, yo,
brings.
chicken,
they
what's up,
need
man?
to buy time to get Hiko online. And the Jawhead Hayabusa, I mean, Hayabusa can sometimes lack in those first few minutes. It's hard to get those immediate kills. But with the Jawhead buying that 1 or 2 seconds with the toss-up, it helps Sekai secure that initial gold rush.
That damage as well. Jawhead is one of the most damaging roamers that we have in the game right now. And I gotta say, I was worried a little bit. What will Sakai's be using? Because so far he's been using the Joy. The Joy got banned up. I think he showed that he can use the Hayabusa.
Yeah, and it was definitely a problem, right? I mean, he was leading the way in kills on the game, and I'm right now saying SRG, they have mastered all elements.
क्या
Great
पता यार,
chaos, right? You
मैं तो
have
आज
the
ही देखना
backline
start
dive
किया
from the
हूँ, तुम
Hilda, you
बताओ.
have the Jawhead for the setups, you have the crowd control from the Lu Yi. Everybody played a major part in that.
Yeah, now get it. I gotta ask you, right? Because before we even
But
jump
this
in,
is how
we were
their
talking
panel
about how
looks.
Team Spirit could potentially have a good snowball going. Is it because of the early aggression from SRG that really prevented that from happening?
I mean, yes and no. I think, a lot of it just comes down to which side of the map that you're looking to attack. Because at the...
What is that, a
I remember
playlist
exactly
on
at
their
the
screen
3-minute
or what,
mark where
man?
people are starting to go past their level 4s. We saw the initial early invade. We saw that Jawhead was looking to try and mess
Look
up
at the
Storm, trying to
goal
slow
difference,
down
bro.
Storm.
They
Because
fed.
He's the only X factor
0-4, 0-3,
that could shake
2-6,
things up. And they've
1-7.
successfully done a
Damn.
great job because look at the difference.
Look at the goal
Literally
difference
double
between
his
Kid
net
Bomba
worth
and
that Sakai was able to
Kakram.
achieve. Even Stormy out-farming him overall, but the pressure from the side lanes helped a lot. With Wanwan already unlocked and with the information Cram was revealing, all Yums had to do was play on the opposite side and relay it back to Commander Stormy to send them in.
Before I give it to Trex, just want to say, Yums had more gold than one shot. Just want to put it out there. That's how dominating Selangor Giants was when the roamer has higher gold than the jungler. Okay, over to you, Trex.
Yeah, I mean, games like this, I'm glad you bought me some time because games like this are hard
Yums
to break
has
down when the
more
items are
gold
this
than
skewed, right? When
one
there's
shot.
not a whole lot to talk
Damn,
about. We
dude,
can say
their
how
roam has
Sekai's
more gold
went
than a
immediately
jungler.
to BOD, third item, and was able to get
That
it.
was
I
too
think
fast.
within
I
the
was
first
fed
10
as
minutes,
heck,
which
boy.
That's an expensive
That's
first
what
three
I
items.
was
We said,
saying.
no, we're not going for Sky Piercer. We don't need any of that. We're just going full-on big damn.
I mean,
The question is, why do you think, even with that
Let me
great
think.
early game, why didn't he go for Sky Piercer when a lot of junglers, they do?
Well, I mean, you get a lot of damage. You also still get the passive from the BOD to get a little bit of execute possibility. It matches up well, and I mean, why not?
Yeah, honestly, that's the best way to answer
I
that
don't know
one.
about the
Why not? Now,
Belleric. Let me
looking
think.
at the bigger picture here,
Is
what
there
does
any
Selangor
good
Giants
tank
do
here?
right,
I
or
mean,
what does
anything
Team
like
Spirit
Chou
do
would
wrong?
have worked here.
You've seen a big difference
I'm
in
not
terms
a big
of
fan of
right?
Belleric.
Yums are just on fire, finding
And
the
this,
setups,
look
the,
at this.
Ejector, and then you
Diver,
look at Spirit with the
diver,
pickup.
diver,
just struggling a
diver,
little bit, right? You see a
diver.
lot of them
They were
victory
just
plays
diving
that
and
Sakai-
killing people.
Sakai
You know?
to get in there, disrupt, take a buff, and pick up a couple.
They
kills
need
on top of that. You
setups,
have
everyone.
This many ways to get to the back line. I feel like you
I
need
mean,
to
they
be
were
a little
doing
bit
great,
more
but early game, they dived. Nobody was there to stop.
If
I
that's
mean,
the
Chou
case,
would have been
Gabe,
a
I'm
bad
asking,
pick here.
Sakai's going
Bad
into
pick.
this tournament. A lot of eyes are on him. They
Or
said
Tigreal.
Sakai's didn't perform to the name of the Sky Prince. What's your impression after
Tigreal.
watching his play today?
Well, I think he's just been flexing on him a little. I think he's coming back into that form. You can see the crown slowly appearing above his head. If you really squint your eyes hard enough, 56,000 damage totaling. And honestly, surprisingly enough, he never felt like he didn't have his ult. Every single time it came off of cooldown, instantly.
Belleric
to the
took
next
enough
engagement.
damage
Yeah, the
though.
thing is
Like
Sakai's played a great game,
73-85. That's
Then, once things
Oh,
even
okay.
get moving, you still have Innocent ready to go, right? At any point, they have late game secured. They didn't even have to use their
The
full
jungler
power
was
macro.
lacking.
We didn't even
The
see
one
that
shot
many
was
diversions 'cause
lacking.
They just weren't needed. They weren't even pushed to the true limits of their composition.
With that being said, we do have to say Stormy did some good diversion plays, like when the turtle was up, sending Sakai's alone to the purple buff, one-shotting one shot. Like, I agree with you, not a lot of diversion plays, but when it does happen, something good happens out of it.
And there was a lot of focus, not in the gold lane, but more in the XP lane, right? It was the element of surprise that we were talking about, picking up this Lu Yi. A lot of times, Kid Bomba was getting picked off. The Hiko train never even took off the tracks.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Slangoran Giants, they did amazing. But now, ladies and gentlemen, the MVP of this game is the Sky Prince, Sakai, on that Hayabusa.
Yo, bro,
What a way
what
to
happened
start
to
up
your
the
ID?
day, Drex.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, overall, Sakai's has showed that he is ready to
Still
make it to
sleepy,
that
I'm
grand
always
finals
sleepy, man.
position. He came in strong. This is game 1 in Oxyot Arena, and like I said, it's just an aggressive build. Warcry, everything on top of it, Assassin Emblem. I mean, this is how you build an aggressive Hayabusa right here.
Let me just say, Gideon, this is a homage to Chibi as well. Been using Hayabusa a lot for this M6. He even has a very high GPM, 921. Just short of 1,000. Just a few more kills or getting those minions. Sakai's gonna hit that 1,000.
Yep, he was hitting crazy numbers. And here's why. Most people are going to be thinking, oh, it's because he got so many kills in the early game. Actually, if you look in the item progression, he goes Fury Hammer first, straight into the Ogre Tomahawk just to make the War Axe first. And then power farms and then continuously fights because he knows, at the very least, the numbers are telling me, with the help of a couple of members, I don't need the Sky Prince. I can get damage that's permanent, I can stick around a lot longer in these fights, and I can
That was a bad kill,
apply
man.
pressure on
Like,
one
Sao
side.
dying there
Now we're looking at
was
the
like a
MVP
power
highlight
buff for
here, and it starts
fucking
as early
Sakai.
as 1 minute, and then minute number 2, and then minute
Then
number 3. It does feel like every
It just
single
went
minute,
on and
Sakai's
on and
doing
on
something
and
the
on.
map.
Yeah, that's
Again,
the
Kid
Sky
Bomba is
Prince
dead.
at its
He didn't
finest all
even
the
use
time.
his first skill. Look at
Everywhere,
that.
right? There's even moments where he's not even going for kills. He's going for the split push. He's taking the turret. He has his eyes on the prize.
I mean, with plays like these, it looks like he
I
may be
thought
the one to
one
take
more
away
died
the
here, but
kill record.
that would have been
I
a
mean, he
game
just came in
changer.
So aggressive. All of our eyes were on the gold laners coming into this game. The Sekais averted those eyes and brought them right onto him.
Kid
Hey,
Bomba
that
is
might be the
too early.
strategy, right? Hey, Innocent, take the hit off of me.
They're throwing
so
Kid
that when it's
Bomba
my
in.
time to pop off, they just don't see
You
it.
play in the
I love that
global
you brought
version
that up
and
because a lot of the
Indian
movements
version,
that we
there is
see
a
on the map
little
were
place
macro based, right? They were looking
Global
specifically
one,
for
I
Sawo.
guess.
If Sawo shows up on the map, they know
It's
they're
same,
doing
right?
One side. Most of the time, it's going to be gold. But if he decides to go the opposite, they target the jungler next instead of just Hiko. They are moving away from the big deterrent in this Bellerin pick.
Just same,
But,
right?
Like, Sawo didn't have as much
This
impact
was
in
bad.
game.
This was actually
I gotta say,
bad.
man, Sakai
Sunset
showed
Sunset
mind
Lover should have been
prowess
focused
as
on
well
the
as macro
Beatrix.
prowess as well, because as a jungler, he knows where one shot is gonna be.
This was bad.
And instead of going away from one shot, he goes directly to one shot. But now I want to change the direction of the conversation here. I'm going to start with Weezy. What do you think is the change for Team Spirit going up against Slangoran Giants where they can possibly even things out?
You first got to stop the dynamic between Cram and Yumes, right? You got to find a way
Yeah,
to stop them
pretty
from getting
same.
to the back line so easily. They like to find that separation and make you uncomfortable. And once they do that, you see a Hayabusa from Sakai's come out and just start getting solo pickoffs because everybody's starting to separate. And then on top of that, like I said, a master of all elements. You throw something like a Lu Yi in the mix, some artillery in the mix as well, or some crowd control, and it just becomes overwhelming.
I got to ask Trex, is it easier said than done to control both Yumes as well as Cram? Because I got to say, Cram looked very free in that game.
Yeah, I mean, whenever Cram gets that Hilda, he's pretty much allowed to do whatever he wants. So the idea, the thought may just be because Hilda hasn't really been a first pick priority on blue side exactly. At least we haven't seen it. I mean, in our minds it might be, but we haven't seen it. So it might be, let's switch up these bans a little bit. Maybe we get rid of the Hilda. As long as SRG's on that second pick, they get so much power with the Hilda plus. The Cram Hilda plus
Bro, this
whatever
guy, man,
just
I
gives
swear
a
to
big
God, man.
answer to secure off lanes quickly.
Okay, no, I think the answer is a lot simpler than what most people think. I think just get rid of the Lu Yi, right? Because as much as Cram is able to, well, quote-unquote, create space and threaten the backline, it's the information that he provides when he leaves that lane that allows Stormy to send people into the backline in the first place, or at least figure out where one shot was going to be, a double confirmation.
I will get back into the talk about the draft, but right now, we were talking to Yumes. greater experience, greater
Playing
hope.
at
This is a quote from
United
Youth.
Dream
Playing at
Restaurant
Axiata
Industry
Arena
not
is a
everyone
dream
has the
come
ability to
true for
compete
me.
there.
It's a historic
Knowing my
venue,
former team
and not
have played
everyone
here
has the
makes it
privilege
very
to compete
special. I
there.
believe this
Knowing my
time I have
former
the biggest
teammates
hope
have
in
played
Damn
here
Sick.
makes it
As
even
one of the
more
few
special.
veteran, I
He's
feel
talking about
grateful.
Todak here. I believe this
Shows
time
that
I have
I'm
the
still
biggest hope to win M6 as
relevant
one of the
as
few
a
veterans.
hard
I feel
maintainer.
grateful because it shows that I'm
He's a
still
fucking,
relevant,
geezer, huh?
as it is very hard to
Veteran.
maintain your gameplay. And Yums, honestly, is one of the rising legends of Malaysia.
He's holding up a tall
As it is
standard
very
now.
hard to
And I
maintain
think,
your
you know,
gameplay.
Most people are thinking of this bubbly, lovely
Really?
guy, but he sacrifices a lot of his time playing video games. I'm not even gonna lie. During EWC, on his free times, he's still playing video games. He's dedicated everything to make sure that he is the best.
Yeah, I mean, Hume's overall, he's aged like fine wine, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's just gotten better and better and has gotten cleaner and cleaner. And ever since he joined SRG, I feel like we've really seen the star come out, the ability to be a part of a team and help a team get better as he has himself.
You want to know how does he get better? It's honestly the equipment, folks. As great as you are with the game, it's all about the phone that you use. ROG Unleash unmatched gaming performance with the
I'll
ROG
go
Phone
do
9
shout
Pro, a
out to
mobile
Lam6 Live for you,
masterpiece.
bro.
If you want
It's
to be
fine, brother.
the
It's
best of
fine.
the best, your equipment needs to be
I just want to watch.
and
That's
that
it,
is
man.
ROG Phone 9 Pro. Make sure you guys grab that for yourself. And of course, you need energy.
Doesn't
You
mean
need
I want to
Hello
watch it.
Panda full
I'm
meal
happy,
kit
you know,
with Hello
like
Panda,
this.
crunchy biscuits filled with
I want to
creamy
chill and watch.
chocolate,
That's why
strawberry.
I'm
We got
watching.
A whole lot of Hello Panda
I'm
here.
doing a
It
watch
looks like
party.
this is
If I
cocoa
wanted,
biscuits
like, you know,
with milk flavored filling. There's two
views,
different,
I should have played,
two different flavors here, folks. So
some shit
I
like,
say let's
I
open
don't
it
know.
up. Hold on. We have a long day.
People
One
are
at a
playing.
time.
I've
Put it
seen
back.
on
Put it
internet.
back.
People are playing that.
This is new.
What do
This
you
is
call
new.
it?
This is new. This is something
Versus
that
AI
we
one.
have to review
They're like
here
spamming
as we're
it
talking about
for
the
like
game.
3-5
And
hours.
see,
They're getting
it
good
is
amount of views.
phenomenal. This is the best of 5.
What do you call it?
Yep,
Wait,
there are
I'll
adaptations that need to be
I'll
made though. Coming
find
into game number
someone.
2 at the very least, while they try out the Hello Panda and get a little,
That's good.
little funky here.
That's good.
We're hoping that Team Spirit is able to, I don't know, maybe changing. the
see,
size,
it's,
maybe
this
changing the
guy's
flavors
playing.
Like Hello
He's getting
This is
300
gonna be-
views.
I don't know how long this
Then I'm
conversation
watching.
can be, but I'm gonna talk to you guys about, is it worth banning out the Luyi, as Gideon said? Because let me remind you, they're bans. They banned out the Granger.
It's
They
like
banned
a
out the Joy.
mood, I think.
They banned out the Bruno.
Was
If you
what
really
am I
want to
watching a
put
cheater
Luyi
just
in
about the
between
stream?
these 3 bans, who do you let go? Because all of these heroes are SRG power picks.
I mean, we do have to remember Lu Yi came in second phase. And I'm still not completely on the boat that Lu Yi was the only problem. You know, because I feel like SRG has won games without the Lu Yi, but with the Hilda. Hilda has been such a problem in Cram's hands, man.
But again,
like, such an issue. And if Lu Yi is the problem, you can always handle that when you get to second phase. So, TS, you lose some, you learn some.
Should have played a
definitely
match
has
in
to change.
between.
no, I mean, like, again,
Bro, it's
the
gonna
question is,
start soon,
the
like
Joy
in
got
5
banned.
minutes.
The
I
Granger
won't
got
able
banned.
to complete
the
one
Bruno
match.
got banned.
Yep.
You gotta let go one of these. Like,
The question still stands.
there's
gonna
no
start.
right answer here, right? Who do
And
you
to be
ban
honest,
out?
I don't want to play. Like,
going
dude,
to-
I'm just, I just want to
Like,
play
if you
from
wanna
next
ban the
season.
Hilda, who do
Honestly.
you let go?
That's the tough
Like,
one because all of those are
see,
powerhouses,
2
but
minutes,
maybe,
bro.
I
I
would
can't
be
even
okay
complete a
with letting
brawl.
go of the Granger. Oh, I guess I can't say that. I guess I can't. Hold on.
Gotta
19
be the
kills.
joy.
You're right.
19 kills.
How
You-
many
you feel
days?
like let go of the
6
Joy?
more days, man.
you
I
can
really,
counter the
really,
Joy.
really don't want to play.
Okay,
You could still pick up.
Let-
They've done it before. They pick up the Fredrin.
Hold on. Hold on to your thoughts because we talked to Innocent in an M chat here. So because your girlfriend is coming, you decided to break records? He said,
Yes, we needed that win so she could watch me play at Axiata
FNOB
Arena.
is
I
so
also
they will win.
wanted to help
Did you see the
Bonnie.
stream of Mobile Legend or this guy was Ellen got it?
now that your girlfriend is here,
Yeah,
will you take it easy?
6 more days for season, yep. I just wanna play my show, my regular thing, bro. I'm comfortable
More
there.
pressure to perform
I wanna,
better.
you know,
I want to impress her and
reach
show
global
her
one this
that I am the best.
Is that
Man,
good?
I'm tired of
That
this
just
guy,
looks
man.
like, oh man, that's
I am a
pure
watching
cinema
जाके
right
कौन
there.
जीतेगा?
I feel like I should be a voice over
TLID.
artist. But yeah, you were talking about the joy. Now I'm gonna let you preach. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to convince us that Fredrin can beat the joy.
100% win rate against the Joy. I don't even need 30 seconds.
Dang.
All right, well,
He's got a good point there.
We
All I'm saying is that
if you-
people are going to try to tell me I'm wrong,
Hey,
but the numbers
okay.
speak for themselves.
all right, Wheezy, bring out your point.
I'll tag on that as well. We've seen Kid Bomba run the Fredrin in the XP lane as well, so it doesn't necessarily have to be your jungle. It can still be a flex pick as well for some versatility.
I don't know. I've got counter arguments for both. Yes, Joy is currently looking like one of the better picks here coming into M6, but at the same time, it does come at a little bit of a cost, right? It does need a lot of farm, and the early game also coming in from Fredrin in the EXP is quite the hindrance.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to jump into the second drafting phase of the day. Game number 1, Selangor Red Giants was able to win out the draft. Can they do the same for game number 2, or will Team Spirit is able to find the clues? Team Spirit, first pick. Selangor Red Giants, again, second pick.
Here's another big thing. Well, the Joy's on anyways now.
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
doesn't really matter. We'll jump to a new point. Maybe they let, you gotta remember, Team Spirit is first pick. They can essentially let any of these through. They can let the Bruno through, first pick Bruno, but then they could ban out the Hilda, not give it over. I mean, they have options being first pick. I almost feel like maybe they're being too targeting and taking off too much meta when they are up front here.
Or they can just move the pick order of the Belric, right? Wait for more to show before locking it in. Because initially when you're looking at SRG's side, I don't think there was enough incentive other than just the Hayabusa, and that could have just been countered with a simple Chou.
Yeah, the Belric was a little off, I feel like. It's not going to catch the Hayabusa. Even that, it's a tough catch. Much harder of a catch than a Joy or something of that nature.
Yeah, and then it's just overwhelming when you have the Hilda, when you have the Jawhead to be able to rush in, and it kind of makes the Belric a little weak, providing that sustainability, providing that front wall to deny the invasive plays by a hero like Sakai's on this Hayabusa.
Now, something to note here is that Selangor Red Giants is respecting the Matilda, and now Team Spirit respecting the Hilda. How do you feel about this, folks? How do you feel about Team Spirit taking away that Hilda from Cram?
I personally feel that
Okay, guys, start.
good idea, but then now you're giving
Joy
over
वापस.
to the side of SRG, and we might just see a different composition altogether. We might not see that early aggression style snowball play.
Okay, but what if Team Spirit goes for something similar? We know the one shot can pick up the Hayabusa still. We know that Sabo could play the Jawhead if he wanted.
Okay, that's fair.
So I mean, there's Team Spirit also has a similar.
One shot
hero
cannot
pool
play
and
Haya?
out
What
some
the
of those
fuck?
things, so I'm not counting them completely out. This is definitely choice.
They're banning
number
Fanny
C
though.
that we didn't even
One
really
shot can play
talk
Fanny.
about, but
Then he can play
we'll see how it works.
Haya.
And there it is.
Ooh, they want to go for the Hayabusa this time. I wonder if they also want to pick up the Jawhead alongside it just to really stick it to him.
Or do they take the 1-1?
But they are like
they could take the
switching,
1E as
bro.
well. There's a lot of good options all across the board.
Damn.
So they can be like, hey, you know what? The heroes that Selangor Red Giants use, they look kind of good.
They're kind of dope.
How about we try it? But yeah, they got the Hilda, they got the Hayabusa, so 2 stolen heroes
They
from
banned there.
Selangor Red Giants.
Aurora
Now
this
gonna
time
get
though.
third one here because they pick up the Aurora, so a little
Aurora.
bit more control. Wheezy, what do you think about the 3 early picks from Team Spirit?
I think it's great crowd control. Great
Man,
backline
this guy is
strategy,
locked
good
in, brother.
contribution from
This
Team
guy is
Spirit.
locked in.
But keep in mind the recipe's still pretty similar for SRG.
They're cooking,
having
man.
Kata. You still can get to the back line. There's still a Chou on the table as well.
Yes.
Oh, they should have picked Chou with Hilda, no?
Do they go for this marksman third pick again, just to keep themselves comfortable?
All right, now we have a fun fact here. After scoring 3 kills, S1
After scoring 3 kills,
becomes the
first
player to score
100
100 kills at the M6 World Championship.
Bravo, 100 kills solo.
Another record breaker, Innocent, the first to hit 100 kills.
Man, an impressive record. He just keeps on breaking them. Might as well get Guinness World Records, come on over and solidify it. And even the crowd excited for it, doing the wave
Moscow.
as we are drafting. Moskov locked in for SRG.
Do you like the picks coming in from Selangor Red Giants, Rex?
Yeah, I mean, like
I
said,
never
they
liked
take
Moscow.
up this marksman, slightly different approach, but I think
It's alright.
Moskov fits well with their composition right now, because now that you don't have the Hayabusa, you have another frontliner like Suyo, you can do a bit more dancing hanging out in the box.
Let's not forget about the knockback, right, against Assassins. Hayabusa comes on in, tries to go for the shadow kill, you knock him away. Oh, sorry, buddy, you're going to have to do it all over again.
Yeah, definitely going to be a threat. I'm a fan of the Moskov as well. It's just another element in SRG.
Recharge diamond for me, bro. I cannot recharge my own diamond.
The mid lane matchup is going to be. What is the response back? What will Stormy be pulling out here? Because the Lu Yi, it is still technically on the table, but will it be as effective when you have this Hayabusa on the other side?
Personally, from my
I'm your
opinion,
most
I feel
little
like
big
whatever
fan, bro.
Stormy picks up,
Boha.
has to be a hero
Then you
that
know
he
I
can take
cannot
care of
recharge.
himself. Because you got the Hilda, you got the Hayabusa, there's a lot of
Then you
backline
know.
dive here. So
You're loyal, then you
either
know.
go for something like a Valentina, which has been banned out, so even Team Spirit saw this, where you can move forward and
Moscow is not
good
gonna.
Another hero I'm thinking of is the Eve, because the Eve has the shield that might help out.
Or the Farza.
Or the Farsa.
Farza's a little dangerous for the Hayabusa. I think
Oh,
SRG
had it
looks for
gone.
something that's going to stay close. I think the Lu Yi works well. The Valentina would have worked okay, mainly because anything that's too long range is that prime target for
It's
the
cold
Hayabusa.
also.
Is that prime target for the Eve? I mean, for the Hilda. At least the Eve does give that shield, so it does.
Again,
as you said,
Beatrix.
Lavelle, help a little
Chou.
bit at least against the Hayabusa.
Oh, nice ban.
Now we get to see.
So essentially, stay close to your team. Don't get separated.
That's a
Keep it
good
tight.
ban.
Keep it as tight as possible. I mean, even the picks that
You're
we're
rich?
expecting
Okay,
him
man.
that we
If
know
you
from the
say so.
hero pool, I think even the Veil is a good
Ooh,
shout
Jawhead.
as well. Ooh, Jawhead. So they're
Again.
Gato goes into the EXP, and now they've got setters, combo starters. Where's the big payoff? I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't want to be, kicking the dead horse, but it could just be Veil once more.
What
Hey,
is
you know
this?
what?
A
Until that
stand
pick
up
gets picked up, we
phone's
might as well keep
rest
on shouting
or
it out. Selangor Giants, I agree with you. They have a lot of setups. Now we got to look at the payoffs. Team Spirit completes the draft with the Natan. We have not seen this hero for quite a while. And then with the Hylos.
Hylos
Do you like
and
the picks coming in from Team
Nathan.
Spirit?
Nathan.
Specifically,
Yeah.
the roamer, right?
Yeah, this game goes
Bomba
to
and,
TS, I think.
Sabo, they're definitely going to have to be a threat when it comes to providing a little bit more protection for the jungle, right? One shot, he was having a very hard time getting online. There was a moment in the game where we got to see Sakai's double the amount of gold. I think there was a point in time where Mirko even mentioned might possibly be the biggest goal difference we have seen so far.
Oh, for sure. Selangor Giants, 20 seconds away from completing their draft. Once again, the final pick is going to be that mid laner. Whatever Stormy picks up will be the glue to really solidify the team. Trex, looking at the heroes here, he's going to pick it up soon. So I'm just going to ask you off the bat, what do you think about the draft coming in from Selangor Giants? There you go, the video.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
It took a
whoa,
game.
whoa,
It took a
whoa,
game.
whoa.
It
It
took a
came
game.
again.
Honestly, Stormy could have picked just about anything right there. It would have felt okay in the draft. The Veil feels very good, sits inside of the box. Team Spirit, major win con. Don't die early, man. They have an Natan now, heavy late game. They need to make sure that they don't get picked off by the aggressive Jawhead and Suyo.
And now Oxiana Arena makes some noise as we throw it to the casters.
Game 2. Team Spirit looking to get back on track and equalize. SRG just
Well,
iterating
I think
on
Team
the
Spirit can win this
You know
one.
what?
Easy.
I am feeling pretty good about it for Team Spirit this time around. They're doing the double revitalize.
Purify.
This time around.
They know there's a lot of burst, especially after the Veil pick. They're going to try to out-sustain it, which teams have failed in the past to do.
Sounds like it's full on the vibe for Team Spirit as SRG once more puts my Malaysian goat Yums on that Jawhead. They're going to cross that river as soon as they can. Game number 2 in this lower bracket semis, best of 5. Team Spirit versus the pride of Malaysia, Selangor Red Giants.
Yums helping Sakai is like a game-changing thingy, bro.
Discussion about how they can go ahead and approach Game 2 differently because, man, Game 1 is not what they wanted. But now that you throw into the mix, we saw this Veil. How many times?
He'll get level 4 early.
Once?
I think it was just Stormy. It was twice from
Yeah,
Stormy.
Twice from Stormy. Yeah, one player that pulled it out, and Stormy brings it again. This is going to be troublesome to deal with.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the action unfolds, reminding you all to check out the M6 Pass. You can get it until the 29th of December. Now check out the Pixel Brush. Visited by
Damn.
One Shot real quick.
Yum
Plus,
Savo
you can
both
get
half
your
HP.
free rewards if you get the pass upgraded. You can get skins as far back as Beatrix's M4 exclusives.
Oh,
Down
whoa,
bottom,
whoa.
check this out.
Hiko.
Innocent winning the lane against Hiko.
Yeah, Hiko's trying to get farm. Innocent bullying him. One shot gonna hit level 4 very
He
quick.
lost one cannon though.
Has a sax on him. Shadow kill gonna come through. Spear of misery
Hi, Dad.
from Innocent in the soul sever. Not exactly. He just quelled him.
I'm almost surprised that he got caught there because, yeah, Innocent was right around the corner. He had to expect the Spear of Misery. But man, that's not the start you want here if you're one shot.
Moments like
Hiko.
that make you wonder what
Hiko
exactly
dead.
is going through. Hiko!
Soul sever under the turret skies, slashing Hiko to bits.
As I was saying, Suyo's kit is so deceptively tanky that you can get away with things like that.
Whoa, whoa,
Right
whoa,
now,
good
this is
stun
nearly
again.
The same first, what, 2
Even better.
minutes? Even better. Whichever team you're talking about here, this is a tough one to deal with.
And once more!
Whoa.
Injector, the Queller, the Soul Sever, there's even Innocent, who's a late game, mid to late game pick, who's joining the fight.
I'll
You said
recharge
your
for you,
goat,
bro.
right, Leo?
Want
You
some
said
diamond?
the goat,
You
you
recharge in
He's
your
my
man,
goat.
it's fine.
And it's
want
undeniable. Real
diamonds.
quick, a few seconds ago, emblems were up on screen, and I noticed, I think Team Spirit, they're investing so much into Thrill. This just gives us a message. They're saying we want to be part of the early game too. But
Thanks
maybe
for
they're
asking,
short on
though.
tenacities. Maybe they're short on a little bit of defense because SRG are out the gates once more.
And the crazy part about it is, you know, Yum's not level 4 just yet. We'll have it really soon. First objective is up here, though.
Oh, he missed.
That Spear Destruction, so Hiko will be fine. Oh!
Whoa, whoa, Yums might be dead. Nice one. Is it Tortle?
AOG coming down.
Comes down,
Maybe-
and there's the setup.
maybe
Now there's
Cram
the
dead?
double revitalize,
Maybe?
the double one falling through.
Oh, whoa,
Glacier
whoa,
with the
whoa.
windstorm coming
Maybe
down as
Cram
well.
dead,
Cram
Cram dead.
still able
No,
to get out for a
survives.
bit. Sky shoots the arrow down.
Dead,
Bomba.
dead,
Oh,
dead.
the chase. Takes the chase down, and that will
Oh,
be
good.
one shot. Who picks up the
Glorious
turtle for
part.
Team Spirit.
That's Team Spirit coming back, though, with a vengeance, at least in that exchange. So
Finally, dude.
some kills.
Like a
Still they are
sledgehammer
500 behind though.
Phalanx right behind it. Team Spirit putting up the firepower to defend. One shot's turtle take. Team Spirit on the board, taking down that gold lead down to about 100, 200 gold. SRG protecting Stormy. Gentlemen, how do we reckon Stormy's going to approach this? He does pick up the penetration boots. Does that mean he wants
Sunset
to
level?
fight
Okay.
much sooner? Because when you're playing with a Veil, you kind of want to get your abilities leveled up first before you, get in the
Savo's
thick.
still in the
I
bush.
think at some point, you know, you get a little bit of that
Oh, yeah.
penetration, but more so it comes with the crowd control, but just the burst is what really highlights here from the Veil, and I think part of it too is just you want to be able to continue to fight early on, if you will, but also just burst through that revitalize, the double revitalize that Team Spirit brought to this game. But it's a great adjustment with what Team Spirit's done.
And see, if SRG don't get that snowball going, it looked really good at the start. Now it's going to be a problem to sustain the double revitalize. Early on, if you shut them down, especially the high-lows with the nerfs, yeah, you can actually still one-shot them. Now, if they stack in together, we saw how deadly the sustain was.
I was thinking that maybe Stormy should have.
Oh, he
prioritized
missed
the glowing
again.
one. We'll see if it bites him in the behind right now because they're what, maybe 1,000 gold away from it. Looking at Stormy's item progression. Turtle spawns in the upper quarter in about half a minute. Look at the presence of Team Spirit down bottom. Is this them just clumping up because they have no eyes on any members of SRG? They're respecting the sudden aggression they can pop out from.
Yeah, they don't. And also taking a look at the gold lane difference. You know, and that's why we saw Hiko actually trying to put some pressure on getting some of that extra gold from the turret because he's down a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Might have to rely on the his team here, but he gets the Feather of Heaven. But so far, so good. SRG maintaining.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Locked in, though.
Maybe?
He's gonna crash
Yeah, he'll survive.
Bomba on the hill, but he's going to be fine. But
Still
the
have
turtle
revitalized.
isn't coming up here. And now we get to see, because they're probably going to rotate also with Stormy now in this Veil.
Great priority for both teams here, but SRG first to the pit. Cram running into Sawo. Kid Bomba pushing him back.
Hiko is taking the bot tower.
Do is get the jaw head.
He might get. No, he didn't got.
Always have vision on him. If Yums is able to
Yums.
catch them by surprise, ambush him.
Turtle 1/4
Gonna be started
HP.
up here once again. Kid Bomba at the front
3/4
row. Takes a
HP.
run of
Kid
damage,
Bomba
though.
dead.
Vitalize coming down though. Kid Bomba's able to survive.
Sakai. Sunset Lover
Now, SOD
survives.
Shadow kill from one shot. AOG.
Bang! Right on the mark. The
Sunset
pass is
Lover
there,
dead.
They just wait for it. A good fight. And now SRG looking to take the turtle.
2 men down for Team Spirit. EEC
Easy
watching
turtle.
from home, thousands of miles away, reeling as SRG scores a turtle of their own. 5 minutes, 40 seconds in the game number 2 end. Stormy, wow. What is this?
Christian
He's
bro,
not
nah,
building the glowing one. He's just straight up genius.
More
I'm Hindu,
penetration,
bro.
Base penetration. If you want to go burst in the early game, I get it. I see it. Innocent will trade the turret down below for another turret up top as well. And man, Innocent failed the SOD. Like, he missed it, yet he still walked all the way up top.
It's crazy because that spear went right in between the mark, you know, and it could have
Whoa,
been
whoa,
different.
whoa,
Time
whoa, whoa.
around, jumped in the mid lane. There's gonna be
Sakai?
tension here already.
Sakai quite low.
Over to Skies, very
Oh,
good.
one shot.
Now Frigid Glacier over to Crab.